everybody. I am Norman Ilagan, and I am a clinical laboratory scientist specializing in microbiology. But before we actually start with this, I wanted to thank Mr. Ilagan for inviting me for your STEM Career Day. It is an honor and an opportunity to share my experience, the reasons why I took this career for myself, and also how I can help you guys inspire going through this type of job in the near future. I'm really excited because a lot of the students right now are focusing on the science and technology, including math, engineering as well for that matter. But I wanted to focus more on the science part of my job. So, as I mentioned, I am Norman Ilagan, and I have been working as a microbiologist for almost 13 years. I work in Huntington Memorial Hospital as a microbiologist, and I love my job. It's something that I always take pride of, but it wasn't an easy route. First, the reason why I took it was that I've always loved science. I think at that time, chemistry and biology were my strongest suit, and I took advantage of it and look for something that would really benefit me as a person and really cultivate exactly my potential. So I was looking for courses during that time, and I came across with clinical science, and I thought to myself, "Oh, this is interesting. I've never heard of it," and I've looked at it, and it really focuses more on the science aspect, mainly chemistry and biology, and the fact that it was it was really calling me. It was telling me that that this is something I'm very interested in. It wasn't until I started during my community college that I started taking classes. The reason why I took classes during that time was, it was cheaper. It was easier for me to take classes that can be transferred from, from community college to the university. And I was working with a counselor. So during that time, I was taking classes, spring, fall, and summer so that I can accelerate the time I finish it. And eventually, when I was able to fulfill all the requirements, needed for me to transfer, then I transferred to Dominguez Hills. The funny thing about it is that while working with the counselors, I was using a website. It's assist.org. Again, it's assist.org. And it actually helped me figure out the classes that can be transferred from the community college onto the university. So during that time, I was saving up a lot of money. And on top of that, I knew that the classes that I have to take in university, specifically Cal State Dominguez Hills, where I actually finished my school, was helping me, take the classes that I only needed without any repetition from the community college. So that's something I can share for you now. A quick journey of what I did during my education path towards my career. as I continue, so I was taking classes in Dominguez Hills uh, to fulfill the preclinical science classes and heading towards clinical sciences because the path for you to do the clinical laboratory science major was that you have to pass your preclinical science, and on top of that, you have to pass all your major clinical science that you need to take. And all of this actually can be seen in the California State University Dominguez Hills, and they have a list of the classes that you need to take for your preclinical and your clinical sciences. Um, Hopefully, I can share the link on that one and show you exactly where it is. Um, what I can share as well, something unique during my journey was that at that time, when I was going to school in Dominguez Hills, I was actually working at In-N-Out. So during that time, while working at In-N-Out and going to school, it was definitely hard, but I persevered. I really, worked hard for it. And during the time that I finished all my preclinical sciences and the clinical sciences, I applied for the program. Now, mind you, that the program, it's a very rigorous and it's a tough program to actually go in. So, with all the hard work, faith, most importantly, and family to support me, I was able to actually get in the program, and there were only 40 students that were selected in the program. I went through interviews. Also, the grades were very, very, very important. And also the laboratory experience prior to applying. So what I meant with laboratory experience during that time is you can work as a lab assistant in order for them to see that you are really investing yourself on actually getting the job or getting into the program, because having experience in the hospital or anything really helps boost your application so that they know that you are very, very interested, and you wanted to show them that you put in the work. So once I got in the program, it was a year program, and I was assigned at Kaiser Permanente in North Hollywood. They have a huge reference lab, so we are rotated to different departments. We were rotated on, hematology, which is the study of blood. We were rotated as well in microbiology, which is what I'm doing right now, which is the study of bacteria. You have chemistry or clinical chemistry, which is mainly focusing on, your comprehensive metabolic panel, where you probably have heard of it, where your parents are being checked for their glucose, their other, biochemical components of their blood, so that they can be checked as well. I also did immunology, which is the study of your immune system. I got rotated as well in blood bank, which is the study of, the ABO RH system, which includes, what type of blood you have. You have, if you guys know, if you have type A, type B, type AB, or type O. You have urinalysis as well, where you study as well, your urine, its components, and some of the structures that can be seen in the urine. So those are some of the highlights of the classes that I have to go through for a whole year. And after finishing that, I was able to finish with flying colors. I finished as a cum laude, and I wouldn't able to do it without my family, my friends, and most importantly, God itself. So that was a journey that I had to go through. And then after that, once you finish the clinical science, class, including your internship, then you actually start studying for the board exam. So the board exam is basically the licensure part where you can practice yourself as a clinical laboratory scientist. So I was studying for 3 months before I took the board exam. So I finished my school, my internship at July, and then, August, September. So July, August, September, October, I was studying through that, and then at the last week of October, I took the board exam, and thankfully I was able to pass, and I was able to get a job around November of 2010. So that was the journey I have to go through from the time I was taking class to the board exam. And now I will share to you guys what really is the focus of my career in the hospital I'm working at right now. My work as a microbiologist is an interesting, fascinating field of studying organisms, specifically mold and bacteria. We encounter bacteria most of 95% of the field of the work I do. And in the laboratory I work, or mainly as a microbiologist, we do have three different types of processes. The first is the pre-analytical. So the pre-analytical essentially is that we receive the specimens from the floor. The nurse collects different specimens from the patients, such as urine, blood, sputum, or even stool. And what they do is they actually send those specimens to us. Our lab assistants actually process them, prepare them, and put them on the plate. Now, organisms grow from 18 to 24 hours. We put in an incubator. We let it stay there for 18 to 24 hours. And the next day, once the growth occurs, then we start testing. Now, with the analytical part of my work as a microbiologist, what we do is we identify the organism that's causing that's causing the patient to be sick. And what we do is we do antimicrobial susceptibility. Just to keep it simple, the antimicrobial susceptibility is we run antibiotics to see whether the organism can be susceptible or resistant to the drug that the physician is eventually using. So the report that we generate from all this testing that we do will be further given to the doctor so they can actually figure it out what type of treatment they're going to be using based on the results or tests that we do. So for instance, I incubated or I cultured an E. coli from the urine. Let's say the patient has a UTI, and the UTI that the organisms that's causing the UTI is the E. coli. So what we do is we culture the E. coli onto the plate, and then the next day we run susceptibility. So how we run the susceptibility is we get a colony, streak it, and then the next day we're gonna put antibiotics, and then the next day we incubate it another 18 to 24 hours. And based on those results that we get, we then put it in the computer, and the doctor are able to see it, based on the results that we've given them. It requires a lot of accuracy, precision, and most importantly that, we treat patients as if they're our own, relatives. So all of the patient samples that we treat are handled that we, generally care for the patients. And that's the reason why the job that I do as a microbiologist, it's really important, because we are collaborating a lot with the doctors, with the nurses, so that they can give, the clinicians can give the patients, the right treatment and care, that they need to, that they needed, so that they can be treated and be discharged from the hospital. So what I wanted to show you guys are the plates that I cultured last night. These organisms grow from 18 to 24 hours, and we put in the incubator. And the first, most commonly organism that we encounter is the E. coli. This one is pink, and they usually cause UTI amongst any patients, maybe old or young people. The next one here is the Pseudomonas aeruginosa. They have this metallic sheen. There's no color on this part here, and what it causes as well is UTI amongst patients as well. And last but not the least, we have our Staph aureus here. This can cause anything from septicemia, which is bacteria in your blood. It can also cause UTI, or even your cellulitis. If you have wounds that don't heal, mostly the Staph aureus is the one causing it. So these are mostly the organisms that we encounter, and that's what's very interesting about my job is I encounter different things every day. At the same time, I still able to help patients, diagnose, their what's causing them to be sick. So we work a lot with doctors, with nurses, and we are a big part of the healthcare system as well. So working in the lab is a great opportunity for me to learn different things, and at the same time, we are also helping our patients.